doing just a little bit of an intro for Heather. It's going to be quite short because it's going to be a bit of a mystery. You may have read a little bit of information on her banner. Heather is in edutrainment, which is a new term, and Heather is also an onion. That is her introduction. And she's hiding over there behind the banners, but she's going to drag herself to the front. So we welcome Heather.
I like this. I can hold on to it. I can hold on to it. A little bit about me. I like uniforms. Just thought I'd let you know. I like uniforms. And also today, I'm channeling my inner Trump. Just thought I'd let you know. Can't believe. Anybody watch the American elections? Interested about it, scared about it, like that. Couldn't believe it. Went to a meeting on the evening that the elections were about to start. Got home really late. And, you know when you think, oh, that's it, got to wind down now because I've just been driving. So I thought, make myself a cup of tea, made myself a cup of tea, sat in the chair, switched on the telly, and then it started. And you're there. It'll turn round. A bit later on. She'll win this. Yes, Hillary's win. 5:15. I was still there going, can't go to bed now, it's too late. No. And what happened? He won. Now I'd like to say as well, I'd actually talked to Lynn about what this talk was going to be, and I had it in my head, in there, and I'll tell you this now, spectacular. Knocked it out of the park. It said everything I wanted to say. But Donald Trump had to lose. So what did he do? He went and bloody won on me, didn't he? And how often does that happen to us in life? You think you're getting it, you're there, aren't you? You can see the finish line. Life happens. If you indulge me just for a while, I'd like to tell you a bit about my story, my journey. I grew up, a bit debatable. My body grew up, the mind might not have done, because I like it. And normal family really, mixed race, I'm of mixed race, so you can see why I was scared about Donald. And everything went swimmingly. I joined the army. Can you imagine me as a soldier? I was dead good. I became a military policewoman, so I'm hard. I might be tough, but I'm also hard and tough. Don't listen to you. Hard and tough. I played a lot of sport.
Excuse me, could you speak a bit louder, please?
Oh, sorry. Sit forward.
I'll go there.
Come forward, come forward. I do apologise, I've got a bit of a sore throat. You know that lurgy that's going around? Don't have grandkids, they give you everything. So where was I? Oh yeah, joined the army. I was very, very sporty. I actually represented, and I'm very proud of this, England at hockey. Women's hockey. Okay, it was only the once, but it doesn't matter, does it? It counts. I was also, look at me, can you see how bendy I am? I was also a British gymnast. And typical of my life, I was actually, went with the team, I will say, British gymnastic team, over to the Olympics. And without trying to give away too much of my age, it was the 1972 Olympics. And typical of my life and the way things happen, yeah, I got there, we went in, hello Olympic Village, Munich. It was Munich, we legged it. So I didn't see much. I didn't go as a competitor, I might like to think, you know, because you have to be a bit more than forward roll, stand up and clap at that time. What else have I done? Oh, I had 3 kids, pregnant 12 times. Oh, yeah, little bits of hiccups along the way. I've actually survived cancer 5 times. What else has happened? Oh yeah, my big thing. On 29th of April 1996, I do what a lot of us do, walking along the high street, doing a bit of shopping, looked at my watch and it said 3 minutes past 1. Ain't it funny the things that you remember? 3 minutes past 1. I thought, just got time to nip into Boots over there before I catch the bus home, pick the kids up from school. Normal day. Next thing I knew, I felt this tremendous pain in my back, in my spine. And all I can remember was seeing the pavement coming towards me. I woke up 3 months later. I'd been assaulted in the street. There are reasons, and if you wanted to know, I can tell you later. I'd been assaulted in the street. Apparently, according to eyewitness reports, it was 5 blokes and they kicked my head like a football. And if it wasn't for 2 young lads that had the sense, A, not to get involved, but B, just to phone the police, I would have died. I'm sure of that. But hey, I've been put on this earth to make my kids' life hell, so why would I die that early? You know what I mean? And it was a tough time. I was told I would never walk or talk again. Well, I think they might have told me, but I don't actually remember it. Now, I was fairly fit and healthy before that time. Well, okay, ish. Do you know what I mean? But since then, if I may, and I'm going to read, and the reason I'm going to read is because I think it's crap. I really have got a shocking memory. Since that day, I did put it here. I have been diagnosed. Now, bear in mind, I was a fit and healthy person, and then somebody whacked me around the head. I have type 1 diabetes, and that really, I liked that. Being diagnosed with diabetes. I know it sounds weird, right? But type 1 diabetes, right? I was in my 50s. Do you know what type 1 diabetes is? Do you know what type 1 diabetes is? Do you know what they describe type 1 diabetes as? Juvenile onset diabetes. I was in my 50s and I thought, yes, I've made it. You know what I mean? Don't try telling me I was old. Oh no, juvenile diabetes. I've got, why do they have that in names? Do you know what I mean? Palmoplantar pustulosis. That sounds bad, doesn't it? It sounds nasty, doesn't it? It's just, I don't see, if you can see my hands. Can you see my hands? All nasty. Don't want to sit at the back, excuse me. Anyway, but this is Cavonia. It's not a real name, but that's it. It's still Cavonia. God, did this running. So that's on my hands and feet, and it gets like vasculitis. That's a nice word, isn't it? Vasculitis. That's to do with my heart and my blood vessels, apparently. Oh, I've got asthma. Oh, I've got angina. Oh, heart disease. I really shouldn't run. Oh, this is a good one. Gastroparesis. Doesn't that sound like a nice word? Gastroparesis. Anybody know what gastroparesis is? I've got it. Who's the clever class? There has to be one. No, it might not be J. Yes, it is to do with some. Apparently, my stomach just decides. Nah, I've had enough now. You know what I mean? Bad enough now, I'm not going to work anymore. So my stomach doesn't work. So I'm on sort of like a liquid diet, although I cheat. I do cheat, because I like my food. I really do like my food. And sweets, and I know I'm diabetic type 1. But I'm quite lucky, because it's type 1, which is controlled by insulin, and I like sweets and cakes and everything. So I just stuff my face and then inject. You've got to take the good with the smoke. I've got multiple allergies, which is quite good, and I can actually go into anaphylaxis. I said that one. Excuse me, pat me on the back. I said that. Anaphylaxis. And normally, if you've got allergies and you go into anaphylactic shock, they stick you with adrenaline, you have an EpiPen. Yeah, you see, I'm special. I'm really special. I'm not actually allergic to adrenaline, but my body can't take any more adrenaline, so now I'm not allowed to have the EpiPen. So if I go into anaphylactic shock, I think somebody up there is trying to kill me, but it ain't going to work, it ain't going to work. I've got an acquired brain injury. Apparently half my brain's dead. And the other half is stupid anyway, so there's no hope for me. But half my brain's dead. Oh, I've only got one lung. That one. And it's the little one. Sod's law in it. My luck. Somebody hit me with a bad luck stick, you know. It's the little one that I've got left. Oh, and stage 3 kidney disease. Minimum 72 medications a day, which is okay if you can take it in tablet form. Well, it's not okay, but if you could take it in tablet form, easy, peasy. Nah. Gastroparesis. Can't take tablets. Don't go through. Nah. So you try getting any medication in liquid form. Oh, and it tastes horrible. Stick it in juice. And a minimum of 6 injections a day. That's good, because I can cope with it. I may be little, I may be old, but look at me. I'm special, aren't I? Cavonia! I'm special. I know I'm special as well, because many, many times my husband has said, yeah, you're special, all right. Well, bless him. But am I that special? Huh? Am I? Am I that special? Am I more special than you? Am I? No. Because the only thing that has brought me forward time and time again, and although they told my family I'd never walk or talk again, although I am on there's a register somewhere that's got my name on it, says 95% disabled. I have consultants that tell me when I walk into the room, can't do that, shouldn't be able to do that. But I am. And the gob opens and sound comes out. Sometimes the wrong words come out. Sometimes it might come out in the wrong order. Sometimes the gob opens and out spouts all this rubbish that I speak.
It's your chimp.
It's my chimp. I love my chimp. But I love unicorns more. But what does it matter? I know I'm special. But all I do every morning is I wake up. Don't like doing it, but I wake up and I think, yeah, I've all my bits are in pieces, or are all here, and I'll get out of bed if I can walk or if I can move, but sometimes I can't. But then that's just an idea. But just like you, I wake up, get up, do it. Because the only difference, perhaps, that I have to all of you is that I believe. I believe in me. I know I can do anything that I want to. Nobody can stop me. A bit like the Donald. The Donald was tenacious. He believed that he could win that election. Nothing was going to stop him. A bit like me. I also am real. By that I mean I live in the real world. I know I can make commitments, and I'm lucky enough that the people that are with me or surround me or know me know that if I stuff up, it's not because I don't want to, but it's because I'm not able. I will always fulfil my promises. I also like to think Donald kept it real. The Trump, for real. He spoke to the people that wanted change. I think he went about it the wrong way. No, I'm not going political. Refuse to go political. I'm also motivated. Anybody else here motivated? Anybody else want to run out of the room? I'm going to shut the door in a minute. I'm motivated. My motivation, there's quite a few. B, I want people to believe that they are as special as me. Difficult, I know. But they have what is... you can change the world. You can change your world. That's one of my motivations. Another one of my motivations is, as I said earlier, was to make my kids' life better. They know my love very well. Get my own back time. And I have passion. I have passion for people. I have passion for life. I love you,
I love you too.
Sexual harassment, yes, ka-ching, got it on tape, yes, that's what we like. I do, I love people, and I want people to, everybody in this room, if you could realise your potential. Nobody thought that I could do what I did. How many times, right, when we look at somebody that we think is more intelligent than us, or has more qualifications than us, or whatever, or are more experienced than us, and we think they know what it must be. They must know the way, and you listen to them, don't you? We should listen to ourselves. Many a time, many professors and whatnot, they're the ones that tell me, no, you can't do that. You can't stand up. You can't walk. Before I had my kids, I had 12 pregnancies. Well, actually, I was pregnant 12 times, ended up with 3 kids. I was told in my 20s, you're not going to have kids. Well, I listened to them. Maybe I would be better placed to have my kids in it, or the grandkids. There's just too many of them. No, there's thousands of them. I am. Yeah, my lot. 18 grandkids. Christmas busy time for me. That bowls for donations for Christmas. The number of times that people have said, you can't do this. And how many times should we actually say, no, I know better? How many times? What? Who's got kids? Is that everybody? I haven't got my glasses on. Haven't you got kids? Oh, Cabonia's got no kids. Have one of mine. You can have one of mine. Okay then, who was a kid?
Still have my kid.
If you've got kids and you see them learning to walk, right, and they're there, and so, come on, Jack, come on, you can do it, yes! They've done it. if somebody more intelligent, more knowledgeable, bow down to them because they know what they do and they've got degrees and everything else. It tells you, unfortunately, little Johnny will not walk again, will not be able to walk and everything. Do you actually stand there and pick him up and say, come on, and encourage them to do it? No, we don't. We don't.
It's true.
And who are they to say? Who are they? Who are they to turn around to my family and tell them I would never walk or talk again? They might have lived in hopes, but unfortunately, lived in hopes that I wouldn't walk or talk again. So they have to live with this day in, day out. But they might have lived in hope, but it weren't going to happen. Because I listened to me. Inside me, there was something that says, you've got to do this. And the one thing that spurred me on first, and it might seem quite weird, can anybody guess what it was? I sat there, lay there, quite nice being waited on, pampered, no housework. Do you know what that's like? No cooking. You don't have to cook. Oh, it's lovely for a while. Then it gets a bit boring. But the one thing that spurred me on was that my husband and my kids had to take me to the loo. Do you know what it's like? Having to have your bottom wiped by your son. And I thought, no. Nobody's taking away my dignity because I will do this, I can do this. Inside my chimp, where's he gone? Where's he gone? But my chimp is a naughty chimp. He's a playful chimp. I love my chimp. My chimp told me I could do it. I set myself a goal. I didn't realise I'd set myself a goal because, to be honest, my brain was that mangled. I didn't know whether I was here, there, or whatever. But I decided I was going to get to my back door over there and have a wee, all by myself. Not shut the door because I wasn't strong enough. And bit by bit, in secret, sneaky, because I'm a sneaky kid. You know, I actually did. I did, and learnt to do what people told me not to. What people told you that you can't do.
A few things, maybe.
A few things. Did you believe them?
No.
Jolly good. I ain't speaking to you. Oh, I know you. Cabonia! Cabonia! She's going to hate Has anybody told you you can't or can't do anything? Your parents? Oh, you? Oh, come on.
No, I was talking for Corona.
Come on, Sharon.
I mean, Sagonia.
Caught on, Cabonia. Get anybody to do anything if you think you're strong enough. So come on, Sharon, what have they told you that you can't do?
Nobody's actually told me I can't.
Would you believe them? Has anybody had somebody say, no, that's not a good idea, no, you can't do that?
Yeah.
And Phil, this is an intelligent person. I looked her up on
Really?
the internet, she's got an MPhil, one below a doctor. What they told you?
No, throughout your life you'll get people who doubt you,
Yeah.
but it's most important in self-belief. And if you where your mind, believes the mind can achieve. So that's what I believe. You just got to get on with it and prove wrong. And I think what motivated me, if someone tells me, and I'm quite stubborn like that, you can't do it, I do it deliberately just to prove it that I can do it.
Oh, she's a bitch.
Same.
Just like me, yeah. It's just like me,
Really
yeah.
point then, don't you?
Bloody minded, don't you tell me what not to do. Talking of that, right, now I've got multiple allergies as well, I don't know whether I said that. Right, but some of the things that I'm allergic to are latex, rubber, and this, that and the other. My husband decided he was going to go open water swimming. What was that?
Latex ball.
Oh yeah.
BDSM with
Sure. Right. And he decided he was going to go open water swimming. Well, then I found out I'm actually allergic to wetsuits. But then time went on, like, you know, keep it away from me, go in the shed and everything else, and it's fine. And then he decided to go wakeboarding. Anybody know about wakeboarding? It's like, sort of, yeah, like skateboarding or snowboarding, but on water. Ooh, on water. Bit the old cockney coming out there. On water. And I went to see him a couple of times, and I thought, yeah, because he's big. And then I took one of my grandkids, and he says, Nan, can I have a go? Yep, you want to have a go, sunshine? You have a go, I spent. So he got to see it, and he loved it. And he came out, and you know when people get really, really infectious and really, really into, Nan, that was nice. Oh, Nan, that was gorgeous. And Spencer actually thinks and believes I can do anything. I am omnipotent. I am wonderful. I am special. He also believes that I'm 28 years old. But that's by the by. But he said, Nan, you got to try it. And I'm a bit of a sucker. And yeah, but what if, and you know, he says, I know. He says, because he knows, he's been brought up with me being like old and rubbish. And he goes, oh yeah, I know. And then my husband turned around and he says, you can't be doing that. No, you can't do that. Why? He says, well, you won't like it. Pardon? And I'm thinking, well, I weren't really into it now, but I'm thinking about it. It's too cold, because I suffer terribly with the colds as well. I freeze. You know, I'm the person that went to Egypt and I wore a cardigan because I was cold. I was cold and I wore a cardigan. Can't help it. Why I am. Special. So, and he's there and he's going on and on and on. No, you can't do that. And then there's the wetsuit thing. It's cold water this time of year and you have to wear a wetsuit. Allergic. I might post on my website the video he took of me wakeboarding. Oh yes, oh yes. I was magnificent. I was superb. Do you know when you've got it in your mind's eye and you see, you can't believe that somebody can be so good at something, so quick, and everything. I was there. Do you know? Cold water, wetsuit. Well, maybe not quite like that. But I was there with the wetsuit and the surfboard on me feet, and I got up like that. But because of my MS, my legs haven't got the strength to push me up, so I could never stand up on it. But I was there, and I was being propelled. And everybody thought I was super, but I did it. So, he says I can't do it. Even if your nearest and dearest say that you can't do it, or don't want you to do it, if it's in there, if you feel,
Yeah. Self-belief, isn't it?
just do it. Now I know I'm special. I know I've overcome the world. I know Donald Trump has had me followed all through my life and decided that he was going to be tenacious like me, real like me, upbeat like me, motivational like me, and passionate like me. But I'm not paranoid. But you can. You can. Man with no name. Everyone's good order. Oh, are you kidding? You can, Ian. Oh, you know. Anybody can. If I can, I just had to do that. If I can do it, you can. Because what am I? I'm a mother. I'm a female. For all you men, when you close your ears, I don't mean to be sexist. I'm a female. I'm a little old granny. But if I can do it, what's stopping you? Yeah? Yeah? You? You? Yeah? Cavonia! Is anything stopping you? Is there one thing that you've always wanted to do? Or think that you should do, or would like to do, that you haven't done yet? You don't have to tell me. But if there is, I challenge you. Go and do it. Because yes, I believe in unicorns. I love unicorns. And I'm special. But every single one of you are too. What's stopping you? I like the shaking the heads. What's stopping you? Is anything stopping you?
Self.
Stop it then, Jane. Just do it. The Nike, is it Nike? I'm doing very well because I really have got a very, very bad memory. I've only got half a brain. I can't even remember. Just do it. When I learned to drive again, for the first 6 years of me driving in the car, twice I actually had to pull over because I'd forgotten what I had to do next. So I went to the stop thingy and had to get somebody to bring me home. But for the first 6-7 years in my car, you know those sticky badges that they write, and not write, but that are embroidered and stuff, and you put them on things. I actually had 2 of them in my car with my name on. No word of a lie, I've still got them at home. And I had them stuck, you know, nearby the steering, no, not steering wheel. That's the one, that gear thingy, right by there. Purely and simply because I used to come into Birmingham a lot, or go into Birmingham a lot, and I was petrified that A, I was going to do something wrong, but B, the police would stop me. I'm not really paranoid, but you know, the police were going to stop me, and they'd say, what are the first thing?
What's your name?
What's your name? I'd forget. I do forget my own name, or I used to forget my own name. And I had to have it there as a little safety net for me, so that, what's your name then? And I'd look. Once that actually happened, because I was driving in the middle of the night, got to switch my lights on. But if I can drive, what's stopping you? If I can walk, what's stopping you? What is stopping you doing anything you want to do? I want you to do it. I want you to be the knight. I want you to be an onion. I want you to be a unicorn. It's Christmas soon. It's a magical time. Magic will happen. Magic will happen to you if you'll allow it to. Listen to your chimp. I knew that book was coming round you somewhere. Listen to your inner voice, because your inner voice knows you and knows what you are capable of more than anything. Will you do that for me, please? It's a very stern man there. He's frightening me. Will you protect me? Excuse me a minute. See, he's got magical powers, he made. He's smiling now, I like him. So will you please listen to your inner self? Will you be as great as I know that each and every one of you are? Because if I can come here and stand here and actually get somebody, well okay, they didn't pay me, but I've had cake. which is good. Do you know what I mean? Don't matter. I've had cake. Yeah. If I can get somebody to actually allow me to do this, being me, 95% disabled, do you know what I mean? No brain. And that bit of brain, you know, childhood sends your brain weird anyway, do you know what I mean? If I can do that, just imagine what you lot can achieve. Look at Donald Trump. He's had his security forces looking at me since I was a baby. And look what he's achieved. He's now president-elect. But he is now president-elect just from spying on me. So you can do it. Are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Are you going to do it?
Yes.
Are you going to do it?
Yes.
Oh, so proud. Thank you. By the way, what I've just said bears no resemblance to my notes.
There's pictures there.
Are them pictures?
Well, kind of a
Oh,
squiggle.
nah, I think squiggle. That's the way my brain works, squiggle.
You got time for questions?
Yeah.
Any questions?
As long as they're nice questions. No, no. Ask me anything. Nobody wants to ask me anything. They're very afraid.
You know the diseases that you said you've got, is that after you get attacked or was that you had them before?
I had cancer when I was 4, and that's why my lung was taken out when I was 4. And it's quite weird, really. I don't know whether I've got tickets on myself or think I'm greater than I am. But has anybody ever heard of Harefield Hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah, the heart place, this, that, and the other. When I was 4 years old, I went to Harefield Hospital and they took out my lung. They loved me so much, they kept me there for 2 years. I went in on the February before my 5th birthday, and I came out in the April just after my 7th birthday. And I was in Harefield Hospital. Now, it's a world famous hospital now. Nah, it was just a little one. Then I went there. I came out. Need I say more? I just had that then. Sorry, did I answer your question or not?
Partly. Yeah.
I'll go off on one. Do you know, I'm away with the fairies.
Yeah. So I think, did you get some of those illnesses after the attack?
Yeah, I had a slight touch of asthma,
Yeah.
but nothing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was if and when I might use a little bit of Ventolin. But as I say, even though I had a lung taken out when I was 4, it didn't stop me achieving much because I've never really known any difference as far as that was concerned. And a tiny bit of asthma, but nothing to write home about. And okay, bad luck with the kids, but you know, with the pregnancies and that, but that can happen to anybody. It was after the knock on the head. It's amazing what a knock on the head can do. Somebody somewhere said that, you know, I'm sure it was my dad when I was young, you need a knock on the head, knock some sense into you. It's gone completely the other way.
Got a question. There's a famous saying where there's opportunity in every adversity. Do you think you would have achieved the things you've achieved since your incident? So did you think from your adversity there came opportunities for you to do what you wanted to do?
You trying to say I was not special?
No, I'm just saying. Sometimes
Get her. She's being nasty to me again. Get her. I think somehow, and I don't know why, and I think it's listening to the inner me, because I have been bloody minded always in my life. Do you know what I mean? My mum and dad says, no, you can't do this. Oh yeah, I would. Well, I was a model child. No, I wasn't. So I've always done really much what I wanted. I mean, they said that I'd never be able to join the army. And in the end, they gave, my mum and dad gave up and signed the forms because I went in when I was 16 and a half. And I can even remember my dad saying, yeah, we'll sign the forms for her. She ain't going to get in. She's only got one lung. I did. I managed to get in. So that hasn't, and I've always, if somebody's told me that I can't do anything, it was like, when I was a bouncer, dual person, you know, whatever, when I was at uni as a mature student, I actually went up to the guy that was in charge, and my husband, we'd only been married 3 months, he's a big bloke, do you know what I mean? And he says, I've got a part-time job as a bouncer. We're like, oh yeah. He says, you're going to get a job. He says, you're going to go bar work. I went, and I thought, what can't I be a bouncer? So I went up to the guy in charge, and he said, and I'm sorry, this isn't PC, and it isn't, and I don't mean it to be racist or anything, but it's the best way that I can actually explain it. He was a massive, great, big black man. Do you know what I mean? In Man Mountain, and this, that, and the other, and he was in charge of it all. Sort of like, look at him, you know. So I went up to him, and I says, here's a job. A bit like a yacht, put your teeth back in, yacht use, that's it. I said, here's a job. And he looked at me, and he went, because you're the tall one, aren't you, in the building today? He was like that, but as wide as well. Do you know what I mean? He's a scary bloke. I'm only little. And he was younger than me, but I'm only little. And I looked, and he went, I said, I'm serious. And then there's a little bit of me. I used to be quite argumentative. I still am. I'll be honest, I still am. And he was going, I don't think so. And I'm going, but equal opportunities. How many women you got working for you? I started being right bullshit. Do you know what I mean? And you don't do that to these great big man mountains out there that can kill you. Do you know what I mean? You don't do that, but I do. How many women? That's sexism. You should have women. What happens if a woman has to be searched? Well, blokes have to do it. That's not right. That's not right. So in the end, I actually talked him. I think he gave up. He gave up the will to live, to be honest. You know what I mean? And he actually says, "Okay, then, I'll give you a job." So he gave me this job, and I went. And the first time he saw me, he says, "Right, here's your uniform." And I put it on, and it was like not sweatshirt, a polo shirt. Came down to there, out there. 6 of me, we could have fitted in there. He says, "Right, this is your job." He says, "See that door? Stand there. Okay. Don't move. Stand there." I had to stand there all night. That's all I did. Just stand there. I wanted to have a wee, and I couldn't because I had to stand there. Thank you. And I just had to stand by this door. And I thought, this is boring. He's had me as a token female here. I'm not having any of that. I'm having none of that. And I actually worked my way up to being in charge of 3 nightclubs and various other fancy things in Wolverhampton area. And I'm only little. And milk and mild and sweet and everything. And but I can do it. Yeah. So I've never let anything stand in my way. I think it just changed. When I went to university, before the knock on the head, I was quite intelligent. Because I decided I was going to go to university, get more qualifications, and my thought was, I've got kids, I'm obviously good with kids, because I've got them. Every parent thinks that, don't they? I've got them. And I like maths. But I liked maths. So I thought, kids and maths, I'll be a good teacher. So I thought, I'm going to go to university, read maths, 3-year course, because I'm idle as well. I don't want to go to work too much. Do you know what I mean? You got me to. I thought do a 3-year maths course, maths degree course, then do 1 year PGCE, and then I will be a teacher, and I'll be the most awesome teacher in the whole wide world. That's what I thought. Then I went to university. Then I threatened to stab my husband with a pair of compasses. Well, he wasn't my husband then. This boy with a pair of compasses. If he ever turned around and touched the net, my sweets again. I like sweets even. Yeah, and my sweets again. And then we got married after 3 weeks, 4 days. How mad is that man? If a woman came up to you and said, touch my sweet thing and I'm going to stab you, would you marry him 3 weeks, 4 days later? He did. I live in Cow Cuckoo Land. We've been married 23 years, by the way. And I married him, and then all this happened. So my whole world, I reckon I'd be a good teacher. I'd be patient, I wouldn't. I'd have killed the kids. I'd have been up in court, I'd been in jail by now if my life had carried on. I believe everything happens for a reason and at a time that it should. You might not like it. It might seem like it's the worst thing in this, that and the other. But in hindsight, it's the best thing that could happen. I love what I do. I love inflicting my drivel on people that will sit down and can't get away. I love it. What's even better, I get paid oodles of money. I know, I get paid. Not today, I've got cake. But I get paid to talk to kids. You know those ones that I really don't like kids. Now I've got 18 grandkids, I hate them. I hate them. You don't know how much I despise kids. I really do. They're money grabbing. They want your attention all the while. Hang on. Money grabbing, attention all the while. Central attention. Okay, I'm jealous of kids because they're everything. They've got everything, and they're cute as well. Am I cute? I'm not, am I? Can't get wrapped away with cute. But people actually get me to sit in front of the kids and speak this scribble, and they pay me for it. What's that to like? Everything happens for a reason at a time of life. And if I hadn't had the knock on the head and that little blip, I wouldn't be in it. Because and flukes, oh God, flukes. You can blame, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, Haroon Rabbani and David Heiner. They're professional speakers. I know John knows them, right? It's their fault I'm doing this now. I'll give you their email addresses if you want. After I had me knock on the head, I wanted to do something, and so I got involved with this charity, and I did networking events, you know, the breakfast meetings and all that rubbish. Get up, stupid o'clock in the morning, go eat breakfast that you don't really want, talk to people you don't really want to talk to. Nothing like this, do you know what I mean? Civilised, this is civilised. Nice people are civilised. Right? I know that. And they invited me to an event to talk about the charity. No, they didn't. I'm lying. That was another time. Oh God. Get in there. Oh yeah. They were having an event, so I decided to go. To, how you do? Is a card. Is a card. You want to donate to this charity? You do. Everywhere you go. And those were in the first few days of me learning to walk and talk and this, that and the other. So all I had these cards. I was giving them everybody. I might as well have stood in the street and gone like that. But you do. You hand them all to everybody. And then what do you do when you go home? Or years later, who's that? But whatever. So I went along to this event because they told me about it. And I sat there. And I was listening, and there were speakers like this. It was very, very good event. And there were speakers and everything else. I thought I'll take notes. Now, if you look at my handwriting and stuff, it's a bit well, back in the day, it was even worse. And I had this big piece of paper because I was learning. Do you know what I mean? Couldn't walk, couldn't do. I was learning. And there was this bloke up there, and he was talking about how to do a presentation and what to do about speaking. Maybe I should have paid more attention. But what's you know him, Peter Roper.
He's been at one of our events.
Yeah, he's been at one of our events. And at the time, I didn't know it, he was president of the PSA, Professional Speakers Association. And he stood up there and he was going, oh yeah, every good presentation, here's a tip, something else that you can take away. should always have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Groundbreaking, innit? It blows your mind. Everything should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I managed to get that down. And apparently in these networking things, they used to have one of their members come up and talk about whatever they did. And I got on well and everything, and they hated me like people normally do. And that Haroon stood under there. He says, David and I have been talking. Normally, this is where we invite our members to come up and talk about their business and everything else. But this month, we've decided to do something different. We'd like to introduce you to somebody special. And I'm thinking, oh, this is good. And Haroon says, come on up here, Heather. Imagine sitting there and he's, come on up, and I'm there going, somebody else called out? No, don't lie. He got me up. And the first time I'd actually ever stood on a stage, apart from when I was, I think, 9, and I was Hannah the innkeeper's daughter in the school nativity play, and I looked lovely. Look, Father, that's what I had to say. I really look, Father. Where was I? Yeah, and he called me up on stage, and I'm thinking, and all I had was this bright orange piece of paper, and on it said, beginning, middle, end. I said, well, according to this piece of paper, I should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. I went, and I screwed it up, said a rude word, says, well, I'm then, aren't I? And I threw it behind me. And then for some reason, I don't know, I just opened my gob and out came trouble like now. And what I didn't know was you never know what is out there, but the actual room was packed with professional speakers. and they came up to me and said, think you should join us, didn't you? Shows the scraping of our art, and it's even easier to get in there. Do you know what I mean? And we go, well, they said, well, you do realise we're all professional speakers and you've just knocked it out of the park. Well, people get paid for this. So you never know what's in the corner, round the corner.
Thank you very much.